What's up, nigga?
He think he know everything, he don't know that it's room for improvement. Lit up, start up, move. I'm stuck in my money, I know that I'm coolin'. You know that I'm coolin'. Stay all the way cause I know what I'm doing. Teaching the youth cause I'm an influence. He don't know nothing but the way that he talk. He don't got money by the way that he dress. Twinning them, baby, you know we the best. Standing on business and run up and check. Wasting my time, I don't know about that. I'm a profit that check right off the bat. You don't stand for nothing, you gon' fall for anything. OG just told me I gotta stay focused. You know I'm the one cause I put us in motion. Just give me the bar, I'ma score and you know this. I'm a profit 4-5, you know I'm a hoe. I'ma keep on going, there's nothing I missed. Going on trips that stay on the list. You gotta stay down and be patient, that's it. You got to your goals, they see that you lit. Stack up the rocks, now I'm going on trips. I'ma keep going till I go to the end. We ain't taking no losses, we taking them guys. We gotta talk about money, I don't need no more friends. We gotta talk about money, I don't care what they say. 1K in a day, that's a cool little day. I step back and shoot like I'm playing no 2K. Gotta watch these females, don't fall for the bait. My money on time, ain't no delay. I try, but the real don't blend with the fake. He say he gon' check, he gon' fall on his face. He know everything, he don't know that it's room for improvement. Lit up, start up, move. I'm stuck in my money, I know that I'm coolin'. You know that I'm coolin'. Stay all the way cause I know what I'm doing. Teaching the youth cause I'm an influence. He don't know nothing but the way that he talk. He don't got money by the way that he dress. Twinning them, baby, you know we the best. Standing on business and run up and check. Wasting my time, I don't know about that. I'm a profit that check right off the bat. If you don't stand for nothing, you gon' fall for anything. OG just told me I gotta stay focused. You know I'm the one cause I put us in motion. Just give me the bar, I'ma score and you know this. I'ma score and you know this. Free tech.
Black African power. What's good? What's happening? A well-organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's God killing a house. And I come to do what I got to do. And I'm going to do what I got to do. Standing tall. Standing strong. Hey, Bobby banging this bitch. What's good, family? Got another banger for you. Y'all already know, man. I see everybody's chilling, man. I know y'all about to cook out, man. That food should be on the grill by now. But I wanted to heat up the subject matter. I'm damn them. Hear a lot of flagrant talk about Dr. Ben and a bunch of complete foolery. We're going to put our tools to work to see who's really accurate and what they talking about, man. So I don't appreciate the foolery around subject matters that could be handled with expertise. I just don't appreciate it. The internet has given everybody a voice to say what the hell they want to say about anything and anybody. That's what they do. They just talk. Run their mouth and they talk that talk. Let me grab my coffee so I can talk that talk. Let the building fill up a little bit, man. I see everybody in the building, man. I see you, man. Yeah, we still got to know Archer policy. Let me get them arrows out of here. Damn right. Them arrows are flagrant. Flagrant. They're flagrant. No arrow policy. No Stone Age tools in the space age. They won't help you. No, sir. Bob Dixon. Yeah. Man, let's let the building fill up, man. No hard feelings, man. But we stand right there. We're going to stay in this pocket. Yo, this is a lovely pocket we in. Because they all fall down. So y'all see the title, man, Dr. Ben Black Man and Nile and his family, right? Was his work Pseudo Scientific? That's what we want to know. We also want to talk about Dr. Ben's work, Africa, Mother of Western Civilization. We're here to learn and get this shit straight, man. Everybody, I'm tired of people run their mouth and can't back up nothing. Most people that talk crazy, right, ain't even read the work, right? I'm not even advocating that you read the damn work, but we got a tool. Y'all can put the book in this tool, right, and see what it spit out. At least do that. At least put the information in the tool, in that AI tool, so it can give it a fair and honest critique, because y'all don't have a fair and honest critique. I see that, right? Absolutely not. You can't be trusted with fair critiques. You can't be. I ain't talking about the intelligent crowd that's over here, because we got enough sense to know that our biases can get in the way. We do. So yeah, man, come on, family, man. Got 14,000 building, man. Wait till the people come around here, man. Yeah, we funny, Sadiq. We ain't funny. Y'all funny. We're gonna stay right here, right? We're gonna stay with scientific literacy. We got something special coming up. Okay. We just want to keep it tight, right? Because if you play this pseudo game and become experts and act like this and act like that, man, it's bad for the information, man. Real bad. Okay, so even when people trying to make a critique will bring you Europeanisms to the work, is crazy. What am I saying? There's a video going around and they're claiming that they correcting the misinformation on African history, and then they double down on the misinformation. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. So just because you think you lean in our favor, right, of the information, but still make wild claims, that's more dangerous. I'm saying the brothers and sisters is on YouTube now and promoting the melanin dose test and promoting the Egyptians called themselves black and all that. They're worse, right, than the Europeans was. Why am I saying that? Because at least the Europeans was willing to correct the shit they got wrong. They was at least willing to do that. But today's YouTube scholars and today's people that claim to promote African history, they're not doing that. They talking reckless about European scholars. Okay. Yeah. And back in the day, they was definitely reckless. And I'm sure there'll be more recklessness to come. But we have a tool that can critique that. So if you're looking back this way and you consider yourself a friend of African-American people or Africans in the diaspora, if you consider yourself a friend looking in this direction, but yet promote Europeanisms, how the hell could you actually be a friend? What am I saying? It was colonialism that shaped and formed our opinions around black. We can go back into the records. We can go back into the historical records. And we can go back 350,000 years and start to understand that human beings wasn't putting a whole lot on the color of the skin. Wasn't placing a value system on it, where if you was darker, you was at the low end of it. And if you was lighter, you was at the high end of it. Man, that eased its way in through colonialism. And it didn't just pop up out of nowhere. We're not saying it, but I'm saying it reached the culmination, the heights of it during colonialism. But 350,000 years of human history, they wasn't doing that. That wasn't what it was. And human beings are great at looking at things and putting them in different categories, but they put no value on the skin color. So if you're looking back this way and you correcting the racism, white supremacy that was rough in Egyptology, but yet you're bringing the same mold, that's crazy. So if you holler about the Egyptians are Negroid, right, then you're doing the same thing they did. If you're promoting skin color, then you're doing the exact same thing they did. They promoted skin color. They promoted their skin color here and promoted your skin color there. So now you swip, but you're using the ideology of racism, white supremacy. I can't get you to see that. You gotta look yourself in the mirror and say, man, I'm kind of doing the same thing. That's exactly what you're doing. You're not listening to John Henry Clark when he makes his statements on what race was and how we bask in the blackness and it's time to get up out of that. Very, very flimsy in our approach to attack these social issues. We're very flimsy and we don't have to be. There are tools at our disposal. So while you claiming to fight racism, but you're using the same tactics and the same ideas of racism, where the hell do you land yourself out? In trouble. That's why today's people speaking on subjects are more dangerous than the Europeans was. Because we look at you and we see the color of your skin and we trust you. We trusted you wouldn't trick us after we was already trickers. It's like the double cross now. We're actually getting double cross and they still hiding and still talking that talk though. This is easy. Why promote colonial ideas? Even if you're on the winning side, you still promoting colonial ideas. What is the colonial ideas? Race. Racism supremacy. Pushed forward by colonizers. They pushed the tactic. They racialized things. So when you in return racialize things and promote it on an ancient population, you're doing the same thing they did when they racialized it and said the Egyptians was white. The conversation been smooth. It was smooth in 1974. But since most of y'all can't read, y'all think pronouncing words is reading, when in actuality that's pronouncing words. But reading is actually understanding the words in the sentences, putting together sentences, understanding words, and words make up sentences, and understanding those words in those sentences, that's reading. It's called reading comprehension. But since most people on the pseudo side have no reading comprehension, how in the hell can we talk to them without fighting? It's an impossible task. I'm telling you this. When I'm sitting here saying that there weren't any black people prior to colonialism, meaning there was no measurement on your skin color in any significant degree that mattered. Let me say that because we don't speak in absolutes. Before colonialism, you're actually thinking that we disappeared, that humans disappeared. The ones that had browner skin tones and darker. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the words that was framed up. They framed you up. And they framed you up and they made your skin color bottom of the damn totem pole. It's called racialization. They made you a marginalized people by using those words. Last time I checked, the Egyptians appeared in the ancient world. They didn't appear now. They appeared in the ancient world. And this whole conversation we had was a conversation based in the ancient world, based on an ancient indigenous people. And y'all messed that up. I ain't talking about the intelligent people that decided to read and comprehend what they was reading. I ain't talking about that. But in 1974, they had a consensus on who the damn Egyptians was. They said they wasn't white. Why they say that? Because white is a racialized term. There's no such thing as the white race. They said they wasn't black because that's a racialized term. There's no such thing as the black race. Skin color is a poor indication of who you are. And great representation of that thing that colonizers brought in an enslavement of Africans. Y'all gotta listen up. Don't get yourself confused. Take your time. So at the forefront of fighting against the racism, white supremacy, and academia, there's a few people here that has been attacked by people who can't even carry their coat. I mean, running their mouth. Oh, the Dr. Ben this, the Dr. Ben that. I can't believe you support Dr. Ben. You damn right I support Dr. Ben. I do like the scholars do. They just critique work. And when they got it wrong, they got it wrong. When they got it right, they got it right. It's not that hard. Did he promote pseudo-scientific ideas? We're going to find that out. We're going to see. Because I know a lot of y'all use books like this. Look, this book y'all like. Let me show you books y'all like to use. Y'all like to use books like this. Black Genesis. How many of y'all use this book? Black Genesis. How many of y'all use this book right here? Well, I seen y'all using it. I seen y'all using it. I seen y'all using it. Don't act like you don't use it. Yes, you use it. Yes, you did. I ain't got to call no names out. Y'all know who y'all proclaim y'all teachers to be. Did they use this work? Yes, they did. Black, here it go. Black Robert Barall. Mr. Thomas. Brophy, PhD. Did y'all use this book? Black Genesis. The prehistoric origins of ancient Egypt. Y'all use this book. And you want to act like y'all didn't use this book. But y'all did use this book. Y'all used the damn book. Okay? All right, y'all use the book. Watch this. You use that book. Let me make this bigger. You use the book, but talk crazy about this book. And then some of y'all put this book in the same category of this book. And some of y'all ain't read either book. So I was thinking, man, let's go back to the basics, man. How you going to critique work? How you going to critique books now? Man, it's outdated book. We look at the dates, outdated. If you're going back past 5 years, man, work can be outdated. Just that simple. You go to the Pseudo Killers channel. We got a video dedicated to how to critique sources. Y'all didn't know that? I bet y'all didn't. But yes, we have videos on how to critique sources. Just go to the Pseudo Killer channel and get your thing off. And get your thing off, man. All right. So I'm showing you two books here. We want to critique. All right. We got Dr. Ben's work. Dr. Ben, Dr. Joseph A.A. Ben-Jochannan. And if you're not comfortable with using the doctor, take it off his damn name. Don't think he was a doctor. We ain't saying that. If y'all want to peruse them and break them down and talk great back, we won't focus on the book, though. Because y'all be using this book, though. See, and y'all get the two confused. All right? Y'all get it confused. So we talked about that. We also, in this conversation, we want to talk about, I know most people don't even know these people. Let me see. Kenneth and Kenneth. I know y'all don't. All right. I know y'all don't know about Kenneth and Kenneth. Pretty sure you don't. But I'm going to drop the website for you. All right. Kenneth and Kenneth. Great website here, Kenneth and Kenneth. Here, I'm going to drop the word here. Look, Kenneth and Kenneth. Look, Kenneth and Kenneth. All right, they do reconstructions of early man. All right, Kenneth and Kenneth. All right. All right. I want y'all to see the works of Kenneth and Kenneth. This is important works here. They do a great job in reconstructing the faces. All right. Great job. All right. Also want y'all to get familiar as we go down this road with, hold on, Morris. All right. I want y'all to know what the hell y'all looking at. Morris Wilson. I want y'all to get used to Morris Wilson. All right. Here's Morris Wilson. This is an illustration by Morris Wilson of the first true humans, Homo habilis. All right. This is a picture of Morris Wilson. That's a picture he drew of ancient man. Take a good look at it. I'm not quite sure if y'all can see it. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Right? All right. Why in the hell am I talking about Kenneth and Kenneth and Morris Wilson? Since most of us have not read the work of Dr. Ben talked about Morris Wilson in his book. And they laughed at me when I brought it up. Okay? They laughed at me. Oh, you trying to protect Dr. Ben? That ain't make no sense. It doesn't matter what they look like. Well, if you're in Africa, your life depends on what you look like, doesn't it? Your skin color matters. If you're on the savannah naked, you naked when you're in Africa. At 2 million years, 1 million years, 350,000 years, you're naked. So we here, man. Right where we supposed to be. Somebody got to do it. God killer got to step up. You know what I'm saying? There's a little God killing in all of us. You know what I'm saying? Killing that idea and that concept is based around racism, man. It's based around forcing people to change their cultural containers of understanding their world, because that's all religion is. Religion is a cultural container to help early populations understand where they was. That's the best tool they had at the time. They folklore. Things that they deified, things they felt special to them, things they thought helped them, all contained in a religion. Just because you got a religion don't mean you pray to a god, neither. You could have an ancestor acknowledgement or worship. The trees could be essential to you. The river could be essential to you. And you deify the river, because out the river you got food. All these is in the game. The thing to stand the test of time is understanding your natural world. That always stands the test of time. You know what it is. So here we go. We right here. Crowd starting to come around, and we about to get in there. Nah, you ain't blocked nowhere. We don't block people over here on Community Skeptics, not unless you just get disrespectful. But you can say what you want to say and think the way you want to think. But yo, we're going to get this thing straight. Is Dr. Ben's work, Black Man of the Nile, pseudoscience? That's what we want to know. I see people use pseudoscientific work, though. I see them. I see all of you. Are African Americans the only people that claim to be Egyptians? Y'all fearless leader. Y'all got a fearless leader over there. Drunk X. Let me touch that real quick. I'm going to tell you what's disappointing. Now, Chief X doing drunkership ain't never disappointing to me, because I've been seeing it. Been seeing him drunken shit. That wasn't the issue. The issue was that people pumped that man's head up and put a bat in his back. And I was thinking, well, if you're scientifically literate and you're talking that talk, then how you don't see this man tripping? And it took that man to blatantly die and kill himself by suicide by trying to take one of my videos and misunderstand the whole thing. It was so clear. Now they all quiet. Now everybody quiet now. But the same vigor and vitriol that they had against me, they don't have it against him, though. But they all know he fell on his sword and the competition is over with. So much so that the videos came down. That's amazing. All of a sudden you take when. Okay, but the thing I can't understand is Okay, I can take the hate, but if you claiming to be scientifically literate and you claim to be functional in your understanding of data, then how could you support that nonsense like that? That's the thing that got me out of this whole conversation. And then there was people on the other side. I'm saying, if you claim to deal with academia and respect expertise, how you going now into your work into the goddamn field without it being peer reviewed by the damn field? How is everybody doing all these things? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Big up to the pseudo killers. Kent is crazy. Kent Dorlow is officially crazy. Crazy. Miss Bennett, I bet I said that right. Big up to you. I see you, Jody Breeze. Joel, what's good with you? Pan-African Designs, what's up with you? Posterior's Thought, what it do? The Book of Al-Jahiz, what's good with you? Yeah, we cooking. I'm gonna let the people come around because we got this. We're gonna put that chat GPT on the case here. We're gonna see what it's got to say. We just want to see. Now, I mentioned some names earlier, right? So that we can get some clear understanding of what's going on. Gonna get them clear understanding of what's going on. All right, wait till we get to the 50 mark, man. Six more people in the room, man. Tell your friends, man. Drop the links, man. If you're in the pseudo killer server, man, y'all should be on board, man. All right, we going in, man. Who in the hell is Kenneth and Kenneth? Did a lot of illustrations in this book right here, huh? It's one of my profile pictures right here. I like this profile picture right here. Serious work. Kenneth and Kenneth, man. Did the artwork in that? Let me see what else we got here while we getting there. Oh, Kenneth again. Let me see here. One that we can put them up on Wikipedia. Kenneth and Kenneth. Uh-huh. Yep. Oh, that's in another name. Okay. Alphonse Kenneth and Andre Kenneth. They Dutch. They two Dutch artists. All right. A lot of their work been depicted in National Geographic, and they got a website, and their reconstructions is on fire. All right. So they make a lot of reconstructions of extinct animal species and mainly hominids, right? All right. Y'all got to go check their work out. Let me see who's the let me see. Yeah. All right. I'm going to drop their official. All right. Kenneth and Kenneth. Hold on. I'm going to drop their website for y'all. All right. These are some of the tools I have at my disposal. Right. Go ahead and get y'all community of skeptics and pseudo killers thing. Fold it together, man. Put it in there. When they talking crazy, we got it, yo. All right, man. It say Ankh not telling the truth. It say they are blocked. It's a mental block because accurate information can't get in. Self-inflicted blockage, bro. I couldn't have said it no better myself. Couldn't have said it no better myself, man. We got the Joe, man. Thanks for that first donation of the day, man. Appreciate that love, man. So some love, man. We going in. We're going to see just how pseudo Dr. Ben was or wasn't. We're going to see. There's some terms in this particular conversation that will be introduced that is important for us to know and understand. Okay? Right here. Wroth with foolery. I see it all the time. Big up to Joe, man. Appreciate that donation, man. that super chat, yo, that's love right there. Yo, appreciate you, bro. Straight warrior, bro. You're always there. All day. Man, we also streaming over there. I'm a Raw Squad Media, man. We changed that. It's gonna be I'm a Raw Squad 5.0. All right. Getting there. Okay. Changing. Yeah, I ain't listening to you, that good guy. That good guy is wild. He just do anything. Say anything, and everything. All right. So, all right, damn near 50. Okay, we want to get this thing going. We want to get this started and get this thing going, man. All right. Important. You know what I like to do? I'm gonna have to jump on that at 2 o'clock. I'm gonna jump on that digital soapbox. Yeah, yo, shorty, yo, be talking. The dude can be talking reckless and crazy. See how long I can stay on there before he put me off. Chalimbe, what's good with you, man? Mongo sleep. See how long it takes for me to can I make it over there? Yeah, I'm coming, man. Yeah, and let me do this. I'm gonna shout out a Facebook group. All right. Get the name right in the group. Name right in the group. The Bar Reloaded. The Bar Reloaded. I'm up in there, man. I ain't in a lot. Matter of fact, that's probably the only actual Facebook group that I'm actually in. Yeah, it's ran by sisters. All right. Serious over there. And a lot of wild dudes. You know, I like to touch up in there every now and then, but big up to them though, man. I'm always going to shout out Intelligent Sisters, man. I always do that, man. All right. And y'all know what it is, man. So here we go. All right. Okay. Do I want to start with Morris Wilson? Nah, I want to start off with this. Temples of the Gods. Temples of the Gods. Y'all know I got that book, right? We got people in the community using this work, y'all. I want to make sure we chop them off at the damn knees. All right, Temples, the African Gods. Revealing the ancient hidden ruins of South Africa by who? Michael Tellinger and John Henney. Pseudo work. Hey, don't get on me, but you got people using it. Whenever you hear people talking about the Ankh is down there in South Africa, they're using pseudo-scientific work, y'all. Adam's calendar is pseudo-scientific work, all in this book right here. Adam's calendar. Let me show you, right? Because I think y'all forgot what pseudo is. I think y'all have. Yeah. Yeah, I think y'all have. Adam's calendar, man. Yep. There you go. Yeah, I think y'all absolutely forgot. Let me see. They check hidden in the hills, mysterious stone structures, only known by a few. Yeah, I think y'all. Yeah, y'all got. Let me show y'all this. Yeah, y'all been got. We don't play with Adam calendar. We did that 15 years ago. Dead wrong. We know better now. Here you go. It's in South Africa. Wild history. Look. Adam's calendar from overview. Courtesy of ancient origins. Foolery. Yeah. There's some depictions right there. Yeah, we don't do that. All right, let me get it a little more. Let me see. South African history in the calendar. Nope. Adam's calendar. Nope. Let me see if I can get a good picture for y'all. I get a good. No. I'm gonna find a good picture for y'all. Nah, we stay off this way. Ancient Origins, yeah, we stay off this website right here, yo. This is not a historically accurate website. If y'all the Ancient Origins, yo, nope. We should use this website. Let me share this for y'all. This ain't something we're using. Has not a scholarly approach to bringing y'all information. All right, here you go. Not this website. See, Adams County, the oldest megalith site in the world. The question mark. Nah, dedicated to foolery. We ain't doing this website. That's out the game. They've proven themselves to promote misinformation. All right. Stay off all that. Let me see. 75,000-year-old calendar. Adams calendar. Let me see. If I can get the book. Yeah. See if I can find the book. Even got it in did they got that in ResearchGate? Yeah, that's why I don't do with all that. Second Stone. Yeah, all this. This is called I download the text. All right, let me see. All right, systematic. Let me see. Interpreting past structures with possible cosmic references in sub-Saharan Africa. Let me see. Yeah, I'm running and get all this craziness, yo. Y'all want to talk about Dr. Ben, but let y'all use this stuff. It's crazy, man. Hold on. I mean, and so we want to do things the right way, man. So yeah, man. Come on, hold on. Let me see. Hold on, let me see. Because they'll use cave art. They'll you shouldn't be getting you go right to the source of the people that actually did the work. Go to the archaeological surveys. Hold on, let me see. Goodness gracious here. Yeah, man, they use a whole lot of missing. Hold on. So we make sure we right here, man. All right. Big up to all the pseudo killers too. Let me see if I can get y'all here real quick, man, so we can move this and get right to Dr. Ben. Let me see. Shoot. Man. Hold on. Lux Cave 5000 BCE. Let's see. They're just using. So basically, they're using this for a star constellation and just putting up. Hold on. They're just putting up anything in this particular book here. All right. A masses. Okay. So let me show you the trick so you see the trick. This is from Lux Cave, 500 BP. Dead man wall scene depicting constellations and stick figures. Yeah, he's saying any damn thing. All right. Okay. And most y'all don't know this right here. This the Dendera. Okay. That's not 6,000 BP. It's a restored by the Parliament dynasty. This is actually look, it's right here. Actually, this is a Greek this is a Greek invention right here. The indigenous people didn't put this up. All right. Y'all can go look that up. Look at the Greek period for that. All right. Maybe some of my Egyptian specialists can dig in there and correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. All right. They're going into some rock art here. Okay. Rock painting found in the Eastern Free State area. The comet. What was the comet? Yeah, talking about the comet. National Museum. Yeah, and them look. Look. All right. Petroglyphs. Okay. So to the naked eye and to the untrained eye, you think the way they kept this is in South Africa. Henny. All right. All right. They promoting this stuff as some type of ancient history. All right. Whole bunch of maps, spread of Eastern Bantu speakers. Look, they ain't even, I don't even want to get into it. Look how wrong that map is. So just the whole thing, the whole work is pseudoscientific, right? Let's see. Zodiac Bowl. A Venda Deviation Bowl. The Cape Town Museum. So they use real artifacts and real things and just misrepresent it to levels just crazy. And then we got to deal with all this nonsense. And these are the points I'm making here, right? Like stuff like this. All right, I believe that to be Adam's calendar, right? Look, other aspects such as the emergence of rock art in South Africa collaborate this assumption, and it was finally conjectured that the date of modern human emergence in South Africa fits, you see, the probable date of the construction of the John Henry Stone calendar. Come on, man. See how they mix truth and falsehood real good? They trying to say humans at 250,000 years constructed a stone calendar. Yeah, so yeah, well, you see how the tricky language they use. All right, and it talks about the precession era provided a date the construction of the east-west line, and this was confirmed by the astronomer Bill Hellenbach, who estimated the age to be 75,000 years ago. That's the Adams calendar. Then they go here and they mix in facts with early Homo sapiens sapiens at about 250,000 years in South Africa, and then they throw that in there with the calendar and said they produced this. All that is complete is treachery and trickery. Look. Yeah, and this is dangerous because they're actually promoting African history. See, this is the dangerous thing. They're promoting the African history, but a wild version of it. So they ain't no better. This is more dangerous than the original pseudo-scientists. Before you know it, they got you out there with the ancient aliens. This is the point we're making here. But yet y'all want to call Dr. Ben pseudo. Right. Stone man of Adam's calendar. Come on, man. All this stuff is complete foolery and nonsense. Dangerous. So today's people who claiming to promote African history, they're wild. They're not really promoting African history. So you're not promoting African history if your whole thing, historical narrative, is based off of the skin color. Then you're not promoting African history. You're promoting racism. You're promoting colonialism. Now, if we're in 2024 and you black and you're proud, and then you recognize that those slogans and sayings came from the 1960s and there's still a need for that, I ain't tripping. If you think that's what it is, I ain't tripping off that. And you hold up your fist, black power, black African power, I ain't tripping. But we have an intellectual conversation and we talking about an ancient population and the tools have been left by Diop's and them. Specifically, Diop, he definitely was a scientist, a physicist. Okay, right? His book has anthropology in it, whether you like it or not, whether it was right or wrong, that's not the point, right? He was trying to use the tools. And we all disrespect the tools, then I know y'all ain't gonna be able to get to your history for real. So, why did I feel like the need for speed today and do something on Dr. Ben? Because they can't get out of it, that's why. So we're gonna come right here. First, we want to start off right here with the Black Genesis work, okay? All right, so we'll start right here with the Black Genesis. Now, we'll start off with Michael Tellinger, the Adams calendar. The Temples of the Gods by Michael Tellinger and John Henn explores the idea that ancient structures in South Africa are evidence of advanced ancient civilization. The author proposes that the structures, which they claim date back hundreds thousands of years were used for energy generation. And we're part of the largest ancient civilization. See how they're doing it? So the key points in this book is ancient structures, okay? South Africa, advanced civilization, intelligent hence suggests that the structures were part of an advanced civilization that had acknowledged energy generation, sacred geometry. Man, crazy. Energy generation. Controversial claim. It say the book is highly controversial and has been criticized by mainstream archaeologists. See, we follow mainstream archaeologists and historians, okay, for its speculative nature and lack of rigorous scientific evidence. The author's theories fall more into the realm of alternative history and pseudo-archaeology. See what I'm saying? That's this book right here, y'all. Temples of the African gods. See? I ain't even gonna say no names. We got people talking about the Ankh in South Africa. I ain't even gonna say no names today. Give them a break. Give them a chance to take that foolery down. All right, because we're gonna put Dr. Ben book through the same test. All right, let me show y'all. We're gonna do Dr. Ben the same way. Ain't nobody getting off. Okay. Okay, y'all see it. Pseudo-archaeology. African temples, gods, Mike and Tillinger. Y'all see it right there. Ha ha ha. Y'all got it, right? Okay, let's get to the thing. The book is often, let me see, critiqued for its lack of imperial, look, we're looking for imperial evidence, right? And reliance on what? Speculative theories. So they speculating, and the whole book is based on that, and they're relying on it. All right? Okay. They say it is considered part of the fringe theories that often alternative histories which are not widely accepted by scholars. There you go. If you're exploring these ideas, it's important to differentiate between mainstream archaeology, archaeological consensus, and an alternative interpretation presented by Tellinger and Hand. See? Is the work pseudoscientific? You see that? Yes. Why is it pseudoscientific? The work of Mike and Tellinger, Henny, particularly the temples of African gods, is widely considered pseudoscientific. Here's why. Lack of scientific rigor, alternative history, and rejection by scholars. So if you run around following somebody whose work have been rejected by scholars using alternative history and lack scientific rigor, you know they already pseudoscientific. We got some people around us with that. They claim to have their homework, but they don't. Pseudoscientific characteristics. Pseudoscientific works often make extraordinary claims. Y'all know what we say? Extraordinary claims. With extraordinary claims, you need extraordinary evidence. Without sufficient evidence, see, so the evidence don't match the claims. Use of scientific sounding language, but lack methodological rigor. Appeal to conspiracy theories, or suggest that mainstream science is suppressing the truth. Y'all ever heard them say that? Well, you know they ain't gonna let us hear that. They hiding in the secret vault called the library. They hiding our history. Remember, I even told you the hidden history. Whenever you start hearing the hidden history, don't do it, because they're claiming the suppression of the truth. Don't do it. Truth ain't been suppressed. You just gotta know where to get it at and find it at. Go to your local vault called the library. You'll find it there. Some of your kids are going to schools, mommies and daddies. They're in major universities. Meet your kid down there. They make use of the major university library. In summary, while the book may be intriguing and creative in its exploration of ancient mysteries, it is not considered scientifically credible and is classified as pseudoscience. There you go. If you're interested in African history and archaeology, it's important to rely on sources that adhere to the scientific principles and peer-reviewed research. There you go. And don't let the peer review be your damn friends. All right, and that's all the sources: National Geographic, Pseudoscience, General Resources. All right, Skeptic Inquirer. All right, Archaeology Magazine, African Archaeology Review. Search the articles. Bad Archaeology. Let me see if I can get some of these sources off here for y'all. Shoot. Yeah, we going down the road. We gonna get to Dr. Ben. We want to know, is Dr. Ben work pseudoscientific? That's what the hell that's what y'all came here to see today. Now, his work people done used. That's why I don't allow no damn archers in the building, because they promote pseudoscientific ideas. Now, Black Genesis. Some of y'all teachers use the work of Black Genesis, The Prehistoric Origins of Ancient Egypt, is a book co-authored by Robert Burrell, Mr. Thomas. It's a first published in 2011. I had that book. Still got it. I can't find it. The book presents alternative theories about the origins of ancient Egypt civilization, suggesting that it has its roots in prehistoric African cultures, particularly those of the Sahara. And you say, well, damn, that sounds good. Yeah, it do. But the way they get to it is pseudoscientific. The way they make the whole everything, the all or none, the everybody came from here, all that nonsense, the everybody. I call it the everybody. Everybody came from here. It's ridiculous. The river itself is 4,100 miles. You damn near stretch around the United States twice. You can go leave California, go to New York, and come back again. That's the Nile. Key points of Black Genesis. Sahara influence. All right. Astronomical alignments. Cultural continuity. Alternative histories. Criticisms and controversies. Lack of mainstream acceptance. This is important. I know some of you are sitting there, why we got to listen to the mainstream? Because that's where the field is built at. Okay? So NFL teams are built in the NFL. You want to watch a good NFL game, right? Then you go watch a NFL game. You go to your local stadium that has an NFL team. You don't go to the NBA, NBCA to watch NFL football. NFL football is played under the rules and guidelines of the NFL. So archaeology has a governing body of rules and regulations backed by science, scientific literacy, scientific method. This is why we deal with that. So if you got people telling you, hey, we don't deal with the mainstream, then you ain't dealing with this real stream. The theories presented in Black Genesis are not widely accepted by mainstream Egyptologists and archaeologists. Critics argue that the evidence for direct cultural transmission from prehistoric Saharan culture in ancient Egypt is speculative and lacks robust archaeological support. I talk about this in my book. You talking about before the age of writing. You talking about a 10,000 year period migration back and forth. You acting like people taking footnotes and remember everything. That's not how it actually works. Y'all know the rule. You can be in a classroom with 50 people. The first person can tell the next person something. And by the time it come all the way back around to you again, it ain't got nothing to do with what you said. Speculative connections. Some scholars have criticized the book for making speculative connections between prehistoric Saharan sites and ancient Egyptian culture, while the idea that the Sahara was once a fertile region with complex society is well supported. The direct link to the origins of Egypt's civilization is considered controversial. Pseudo-scientific concerns. Like other works by Robert Burrell, Black Genesis has been critiqued for its approach. which some consider to be on the fringe of pseudoscience. The emphasis of astronomical alignment and the idea of a lost advanced African civilizations are common themes in alternative history, but are not typically supported by mainstream archaeological evidence. Academic perspective. While Black Genesis offers an intriguing perspective on African history and the possible roots of Egyptian civilization, it should be approached with caution. The book raises interesting questions about African origins of ancient cultures, but often strays into speculative theories. For a more balanced understanding, it's advisable to compare the claims made in the book with peer-reviewed archaeological research and the broader academic consensus on ancient Egyptian origin. There you go. See what I'm saying? So is the work pseudo-scientific is what we want to know? Yes. Black Genesis, Mark Bernal, Mr. Thomas, Brophy is often considered pseudo-scientific due to several reasons. Speculative claims, astronomical alignment focus, weak archaeological evidence, fringe theories and alternative histories, rejection by Egyptologists, pseudoscientific characteristics like works classified as pseudoscientific. Black Genesis presents extraordinary claims without strong supporting evidence, y'all. Uses scientific sounding language, particularly related to astronomy, but lacks the rigor of archaeological and peer-reviewed research. Okay. Leans on speculative interpretations of artifacts and sites, often relying on what if scenario, or what if such and such and what if that, rather than concrete evidence. Conclusion: Black Genesis is considered pseudoscientific because it promotes speculative ideas that are not supported by the majority of the academic community. While it raises intriguing questions about prehistoric Africa, the book does not adhere to the standards of evidence-based archaeology. Readers interested in the true origins of ancient Egypt should turn to peer-reviewed archaeological and Egyptological studies for more, scientifically sound understanding. How long I've been trying to tell y'all that? Oh, now we got it. We got Black Man in the Nile, Dr. Ben. Huh. Yeah. We next up, Dr. Ben's work. We're gonna find out if it's pseudoscientific. Man, we got 55,000 building, man. Hope y'all enjoying y'all holiday, man. Man, hit that cash app, man. Show some love, man. Why y'all in the middle of y'all barbecue? No, y'all barbecuing, right? Let me see how many cash apps I got. Not one. Man, let's take a cash app break, man, before we get into Dr. Ben's book. Y'all see it. Y'all see Dr. Ben's book. Y'all see I asked the damn question. Is his work pseudoscientific? See, Dr. Ben, I got it. We're going to get to it. We want to know, is Dr. Ben's work pseudoscientific? Man, let's go ahead and hit that cash app, man, before we get into that, man. Find out those answers, man. Man, thumb up the videos, man. Stay locked in. Let's take a little break, man. If any moderators in the building, man, throw that cash app out there, man. Show some love, man. Before we get to moving. We moving and grooving, yo, and we cooking with hot grease, man. That's where we at. Man, make sure y'all get a chance, man. Y'all go ahead and join the server, man. Pseudo Killer server. All right. Make sure y'all staying strong support of what we do here. We not afraid, yo. All right. We know where Dr. Ben got it right. We know where he got it wrong at. We ain't tripping. We won't find out is he pseudoscientific, though. We done already figured out that Michael Tellinger's work in them is pseudoscientific. We done already figured out that books that people are using to claim to be your teachers is pseudoscientific. We already figured that out, didn't we? You got to look at your teachers like this. You can do them like this. Why are they using them books? And these are the same guys that claim they got their own work. I'm going to let y'all figure out the riddle. Go back. We can see it. We see you. All right, we got our first cash app. Let me play some music, man. All right. We're going to keep this thing going. We banging. We definitely banging. All day, every day.
Stop playing.
I be running my city, my niggas on lookout. Cap ass nigga, he lied by the mill now. Proof and Indian pill now. Smoking on, ain't nobody can see now. Trapping state to state, bitch, I'm in the Greyhound. Remember them long nights at the playground.
I remember them long nights at the playground. I was down bad, I had to stay down. You lose your life, you better stop playing around. I ain't had never got it straight from the ground. I was patiently waiting, but I want that shit now. They lied to you, they don't care if it's foul. Got me a bucket and one in the foul. They was faking they love, and I'm mad that I'm seeing it now.
Freedom in. Hit a lick with my brother, retrap on the low. All my niggas just ain't with a scope. Got all of my niggas be ready to go.
What happened is stay in the flow. This ain't no competition, they was running too slow. I do it for time, you already know. Delusional vision, I'm really trying to chase my goals. I had to cut off the hose. I gotta make that shit happen cause I know that I'm chosen. I'm locked in and focused, no I ain't dozing. I know that I'm special, man, I got the post. Man, I'm taking off, man, I'm coasting. I'm real live a sneaky bucket like the Rosen. I'm taking a spot and I'm all.
Hey, y'all know what it is, man. We back, man. Hit them cash apps, man. Show some love, man. Stop playing. Ha. Stop playing. Okay, we back, man. Let me see how many cash apps we got, man. Let me see who showed some love, man. We had 60,000 in the building, man. Hey, Fantane, appreciate you, bro. Love right there, man. Appreciate you, man. Big up to you, Fantane. Got another joint. Appreciate that, man. Tony Aspel, let's see what you say. Even though you flip-flop and overgeneralize and oversimplify, I do learn and stay entertained. History can't be interpreted. Oh man, it's not a true statement. I don't do no flip-flopping. What you may perceive as the flip-flop, meaning I've learned more information. Generalizing, yeah, I might generalize some, yeah, you know, because I ain't an expert. So, you know, correct me when I'm overgeneralizing something. Oversimplify, I gotta make it simple. If I don't make it simple, I don't nobody know what the hell I'm talking about. Okay. But I'm glad you stay entertained, man. I appreciate the donation. Yeah, you got some points. I don't know if they strong points. West African, what's up with you? Now we about to find out. Drum roll. We got a drum roll. Up. Let's see. Is Dr. Ben's work pseudo scientific? I'm saying it ain't. I don't care what ChatGPT got to say about Dr. Ben's work. That's one thing I ain't doing. I ain't sitting here listening to ChatGPT when it comes to Dr. Ben, y'all. Nah, that wouldn't be fair with it. It wouldn't be fair. Okay, we're gonna listen to ChatGPT. We already heard what it talked when it talked about this book right here, The Temples of African Gods, that people in this community claim to be scholars use. Y'all know who it is. They talking South Africa and the origin of Egypt. Yo, they pseudo. All right. Hate to do it. We done punched it in. We got to do it, y'all. We hate to do it. We got to do it. I hate to do it. We got to do it. Am I going to flip-flop? I don't know. It might be a flip-flop moment for me. I don't know. I don't know. Might be a flip-flopping moment. But then we got Black Man in the Nile and his family. Where the hell is that at? I just had it. Does Dr. Ben go down today? I got heart. I hope y'all do too. Now, I've made the distinction of what pseudoscience is and what it's not. Okay. We talked about that. Is Dr. Ben's work any of these things that Bivol and work is, Black Genesis and African temples that we know people use in this community? Okay, let's see. Got to get there. Now we're there. Dr. Ben. Black Man in the Nile and his family. Here you go. Y'all, that's like some of my favorite work. Is a significant work within the Afrocentric scholarship that seeks to emphasize the African roots of Egyptian civilization. He got that point right. We're going to give it to him when he got it. He definitely got that right. He emphasized that's where academia is now. They're trying to understand Egypt in this African context. For all those who go to museums and all those who read scholarly works, for all those who follow the new generation of Egyptologists, they're seeking the African roots of Egyptian civilization. Except y'all man that y'all follow. He was all the way over in Iran some damn where. Across the Mediterranean, I don't know what the hell he was talking about. Craziness. It says its impact on African and world history. Okay. It says Dr. Ben, often referred to as Dr. Ben, was a prominent historian, educator, and advocate for the reconstruction of the contributions of African civilization and global history. Key themes in the book. African origins of civilization. Dr. Ben argues that the Egyptian Kemet was fundamentally an African civilization with its roots deeply embedded in the culture and traditions of indigenous peoples. He got that right in the book. Y'all want to take that away from him? He got that right. Okay. He challenges Eurocentric view that often downplays and ignores the African influence of ancient. Yep, you got that right. I'm going to say it again. He challenges the Eurocentric view that often downplays or ignores the African influence on ancient Egypt. They ain't doing that today, though, y'all. That type of scholarship is on its way out. Reclaiming African history. A central theme of the book is the reclamation of African history and identity. Okay, so he was trying to get our identity right. Why would he have to do that? Because we was in the 60s and the 50s, y'all. You ain't had no identity. You wasn't sure where you was from. Remember that? DNA wasn't out yet. It say Dr. Ben emphasizes the importance of understanding the people of ancient Egypt. Watch this. Here you go. And the importance of understanding that the people of ancient Egypt were Black Africans. See, he emphasized Black Africans. Okay. Is that fundamentally correct? When you're doing an anthropological study, we can safely say without crying that he was wrong right there. But that definitely was one of his emphasis. One, today was African, and two, today was Black Africans. You don't run from nothing. Now, and he criticizes the historical misinterpretation. Okay. Let me see. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Fact, man, criticizes historical misinterpretation to ensure that this fact is mainstream history. Okay, cultural continuity. The book explores the cultural, linguistic, and historical connection between the ancient Egyptian and African civilization, such as Nubia and Ethiopia. Dr. Ben discusses how these civilizations influence each other and contributed to the development of African and global history. Critique. Let me get into the critique. His critique on Eurocentrism. Dr. Ben is critical of Eurocentric narrative that often portrays ancient Egypt as a separate from the rest of Africa. Okay. or as primarily influenced by non-African civilizations. He argues that the perspective is a form of historical revisionism that distorts the true history of Africa. I think he did a good job right there. Educational impact. What's the educational impact? And then we're gonna get to this right here. We'll get to this. What's the educational impact? It say the book is also an educational tool aimed at African Americans and Africa disparate communities to foster pride, in African heritage, and to correct historical inconsistencies. It says, inaccuracies. It says Dr. Ben's work has been influential in the Afrocentric education and in the broader civil rights. Broader civil rights and Pan-African movements. That's a new one for the day. So his work helped influence, at least on the academic side, right? Civil rights and Pan-African movements. Yeah, that's why you see everybody from those movements, right? Will go to Dr. Ben's work. Now I want to deal with the criticisms and controversies. This is important. This is at least important for me. All right? Afrocentric perspective. While the Black man in the Nile is highly respected in Afrocentric circles, it has been criticized by some scholars for its strong Afrocentric stance. It's which they argue can sometimes lead to an overemphasizing of certain interpretations of history. Absolutely. The biases. All right, absolutely. It critics claim that Dr. Ben's work occasionally presents evidence selectively to support his thesis. I can agree to that. Critics claim that Dr. Ben's work occasionally presents evidence selectively to support. I can agree to that. Historical accuracy. Some mainstream historians and Egyptologists question the historical accuracy of certain claims made in the book. I can agree to that. It such as the extent to which Egypt should be viewed as an exclusively African civilization and the specific interpretations of the racial identity of the ancient Egyptians. Remember I showed y'all that? The Black African part? Yeah, the racial identity. There you go. Legacy and influence. Let's see what it is. Despite criticisms, Dr. Ben's work has had a lasting impact on the discourse surrounding African history and identity. His scholarship has inspired generations to explore African contributions to world history more deeply and to challenge the dominant historical narratives. The conclusion. Black Man Nile and His Family is a foundational text in Afrocentric studies, advocating for the reconstruction of ancient Egypt and as African civilizations and challenging Eurocentric historical perspectives. While it has faced criticism, particularly regarding the Afrocentric approach and historical interpretation, the book remains an influential work that continues to resonate with those interested in African history, identity, and the reclamation of African heritage. Dr. Ben-Jochannan's contribution to the understanding of African civilizations are significant, and his work is a central part of the broader conversation on the history and identity of African peoples. Is his work pseudo goddamn scientific? Is what we want to know. Let's see. Here we go. The classification of Dr. Ben-Jochannan's Black Man of the Nile and His Family as a pseudo-scientific is complex and depends on how one views the balance between advocacy and historical interpretation and academic vigor. Arguments, pseudo or non-scientific classifications. Selective evidence. Critics argue that Dr. Ben sometimes selectively interprets evidence that supports his thesis that ancient Egyptians was a Black African civilization. This approach can sometimes result in historical oversimplification or the exclusion of contrary evidence, which is a hallmark of pseudoscientific methodologies. Lack of peer review. Much of Dr. Ben-Jochannan's work, including this book, was not subject to the rigors of peer review processes that is typical of academic research. As a result, some scholars question the methodological soundness and reliability of his conclusions. I agree with that. Afrocentric bias. The book is heavily influenced by Afrocentric perspectives, which seek to reclaim African history and emphasize the contribution of African people. While this is a valuable and necessary corrective to historical erasure, it says some argue that the strong Afrocentric bias can sometimes lead to conclusions that are more ontological than empirical. Yep. See all that. Arguments against pseudoscience or non-scientific classification. Corrective historical erasure. It says Dr. Ben's work can be seen as an essential, corrective to the long history of Eurocentrism in the study of ancient Egypt and Africa more broadly. His work has highlighted the African roots of the Egyptian civilization and challenged the marginalization of African contribution in history. I agree to that. Advocacy scholarship. Bet you ain't never heard of that. What the hell is advocacy scholarship? Some scholars view Dr. Ben-Jochannan's work as a form of advocacy scholarship, like advocating. Advocacy scholarship, which, while not always adhering to strict academic standards, I agree to that, plays a critical role in advocating social justice and correcting historical inconsistencies. Advocacy scholarship is not necessarily pseudo-scientific, though it may prioritize certain interpretations to serve broader political and cultural roles. So the book had a lot of broader political themes in it. I could see that in the time period they was in. Makes sense to put together advocacy scholarship. Cultural significance. The cultural and educational impact of Black man of Nile is significant, particularly within the African American and Afrocentric communities. The work has inspired pride and a sense of identity amongst people of African descent, contributing to the broader understanding of African history. Yeah, I know how it inspired me. That's definitely one of the works that inspired me. Okay, and later on, I'm going to show you what parts of the work actually inspired me. Conclusion: Dr. Ben's Man of the Nile and his family occupies a unique space in the discourse of African history. While it is not considered a traditional academic work, I agree, and has been criticized for its methodological approaches. I agree to that, because I offer criticisms on that. It is not typically classified as pseudoscience in the same way as work with prominent, unfounded, and disproven theories. See, y'all treat that man like this. See? Y'all put him in the same category. Y'all run your mouth. But that's not what the greater discourse is saying about the brother and his work. Instead, it is often seen as a powerful piece of advocacy. Did I say it right that time? Hold on, man. Advocacy. Yeah. Advocacy scholarship that, while ideologically driven, has played a crucial role in challenging Eurocentric historical narratives and emphasizing the African identity in ancient Egypt. All right. It says, for those seeking a balanced understanding, which we do over here, it is important to read Black Man of the Nile alongside other academic sources to gain a well-rounded perspective on topics it covers. Right. See? That's where I'm at. But see, I get hated for saying, I'm saying, dog, y'all ain't necessarily got to read the joint, right? But look at the sources he used, critique that. Look at Get a well-rounded approach to understand the whole thing. Don't just throw everything away in the damn work. Because I always felt like it wasn't pseudo-scientific. So I'm glad that it said it's not typically classified as pseudo-scientific in the same way as works that promote unfounded or disproven theories. Yeah, he had a lot of stuff right in there. So I'm not going to classify his work as pseudo-scientific alongside Mark Burrell's work and all that nonsense. Burrell and them, they some pseudoscientists. All right, and this explains what advocacy scholarship is a form of academic or intellectual work that explains and aims to support, promote, and advocate for a particular cause. What was the cause? Civil rights movement, black empowerment, perspectives, or group. It says this type of scholarship often focuses on issues, social justice. Yep, his book was concerned with that, equality, and empowerment of marginalized or unrepresented communities. Y'all didn't even know it was a such thing as now y'all learned today, though, huh? Unlike traditional scholarships, which typically strives to the neutrality and objectivity, advocacy scholarship embraces a more engaged and often partisan approach with the goal of affecting social change or raising awareness about specific issues. I'm not going to read the rest of this, but key characteristics of advocacy scholarship is purpose-driven. We know what his purpose was, to get people interested in African history and get interested in Africa by taking people back to Egypt. That definitely was his purpose. We're not going to act like there wasn't. Critical perspectives. Advocacy scholarship often involves a critical examination, an existing power structure, social justice, and historical narratives. It seeks to challenge mainstream or dominant perspectives, particularly those that perpetuate equality or marginalization. Well, that's exactly what the early Egyptologists did back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and 70s, and 80s. Not until 1974, we start to get a clearer picture, yo. And then it takes us 50 years later for that clearer picture to be shown in museums. I'm going to say this again. Ideas move very slow in science. I say this again. The ideas that was promoted at the Cairo Symposium are just start getting to us to this day, like the Green Sahara. They talked about that in 1974. They talked about the Egyptians not being white or black in 1974. They talked about that being an indigenous culture, ranges in skin color. Now we got the scientific evidence to show and prove how there's a variation of skin color based off the theory of evolution, based off of the theory of why your skin is the color it is, by Dablowski, based off of available scholarship. Now we can move safely and understand what portion the Green Sahara played in human populations moving to the valley. Now we can talk about the Fayum. Now we can talk about Nubia. Half of Nubia is in damn Egypt. Tarseti. Most y'all don't even know that. Now we can talk about people coming from the Red Sea into the Kim. Now we understand Karakuni's statement of your ancestors may have been in the deserts and didn't live in the Kim. What's the Kim? Those areas where that black soil flooded. Community engagement, okay, ideological commitment. All that is in there. All that is in what we're saying. Okay? More work by Dr. Ben. Y'all see all this work. Africa, Mother of Western Civilization, 1971. That was written before the Cairo Symposium. This was written after the Cairo Symposium. We, the Black Jews, witnessed the Black Jewish race. African origins of major Western religions. Okay, Africa called Ramses. The African called Ramses. Now y'all can't say that. Now we can say that, yeah, the African called Ramses. Can we not say that? Yes, we can. You wasn't saying it back in 1987 without getting laughed out the block. You can say it now, huh? Yeah, chronology of the Bible, challenge the standard version. All right, that inspired my work. Chronology of human evolution, cultural genocides in the Black and African studies curriculum. You know, Dr. Ben taught at Maida University for 14, 15 years. People act like he didn't do that. after he got fired for making up shit on his resume. Okay, the need for Black Bible, Black seminarians, Black clergy without Black theology, all these was important to the struggle of trying to get our identity back. The myths and mythical white man, African origin of the major Western religions, legacy and impact. What is his legacy and impact? Dr. Ben's work have had a profound impact on Afrocentric scholarship and the broader understanding of African history and his contribution to the global civilization. It said his writings have inspired many to re-examine historical narratives that have long marginalized or overlooked African peoples and culture. While his work has been criticized by some scholars for its Afrocentric bias, yep, that's a fair critique, and occasionally lack of adherence to traditional academic standards, yep, he used a damn typewriter. He definitely did that. Dr. Ben-Jochannan remains a respected and influential figure in the study of African history and the fight for recognition of African contributions to world heritage. Absolutely. And that's why I'm going to keep it at. Okay? Influence on the civil rights. Everybody want to talk that talk. Dr. Ben-Jochannan has significant influence on the civil rights movement and the broader struggle for African American empowerment. Although his impact was more intellectual and cultural than directly political, his work provided a historical cultural foundation that helped to shape the identity and consciousness of African Americans during critical periods of social change. See, we ain't going through that type of level of oppression. We can go where we want to go. We can do what we want to do. You're frowned upon if you lie on your resume today. They figure, come on, man. If y'all sitting here think I'm worrying about somebody lying on their resume in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s, you must don't know me. This man, they fighting for their civil rights. They fighting for their damn human rights. And you think I'm going to critique him on whether he had a real resume or not? Cornell University, where he taught that, ain't worrying about it because he's still up on their website as an influential figure in their school. If they ain't worried about it, why would I have to worry about it? Now, y'all can worry about that. Y'all can be mad at that. That's on y'all. You can, it's our personal opinion, right? Trust me. Significant civil rights movement, Afrocentric identity. It's a Dr. Ben scholarship was pivotal in promoting Afrocentric perspective, which sought to place African history and culture at the center of historical narrative by asserting the African origins of civilization, right, religion, and culture. He helped foster a sense of pride and identity amongst African Americans. This was particularly important during the civil rights movement, as it challenged the prevailing Eurocentric narratives that often marginalized and ignored the contributions of African people. They were saying you wasn't even worthy of your damn civil rights. They were saying you did nothing in history. Remember them days? No, y'all don't remember them days. Oh, y'all know how to do, not my audience. I'm talking about the others. The ones that's not like us. The ones that's not grounded in science and scientific literacy. The ones that's never read a Dr. Ben book or Sheikh Diop's book, but yet talk that talk and ain't done shit they sell. We talking about them people. I ain't saying you got to read a Dr. Ben book. You could have just put it in here like that and got a fair understanding of what the hell the man was doing. Instead of always talking about him in a negative light, talk about his contributions and then weigh this shit out. That's how you really supposed to do that. Empowerment of thought and knowledge. Dr. Ben believed that understanding and reclaiming African history was essential to empowerment of African Americans. His work, such as Black Man of the Nile and His Family and African Origin of Western Civilization, provided African Americans with the historical basis to challenge the systematic racism, oppression they faced. We talking about back in the 60s and the 80s, y'all. 70s, man. We forgotten where we come from. We forgotten the struggles that Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and them was going through. How? Yet now we laugh when we get some tools, and we laugh at the brothers and sisters that had to struggle to even get the information out. Now we got the tools to critique it fairly. We don't want to do that. We want the ha. We want the YouTube views. We want to put dirt on people's names, knowing damn well we can't touch them. Crazy to me, man. I think this man deserves fair critique on all sides about everything he did, the good and the bad. That way we know what to do, what not to do going forward. Important. Influence on black nationalism. Educational impact. All right. Let me see. Dr. Ben's teaching influenced many educational programs and curriculum aimed at African American studies. His emphasis on African history as a critical component of education helped inspire and develop Black studies programs. You don't think so? Let's see. Black studies programs in universities across the United States in 1960 and 1970. Did they just make that up? These programs were integral in fostering generations of African American scholars and activists who were deeply connected to their African heritage. Come on, y'all. Y'all tripping. Let me see. Let me see if he did that. Let's see. We got a folder here. Let's go to our Dr. Ben folder real quick. Let's see if we can pull this up. Let me see here. Bookmarks. Let's see. Let's go to the bookmark manager. Let's go to Dr. Ben. Boop, boop. All right. Okay. Let's go back to this. I'm going to go back to this real quick. It's educational impact. That's all I'm actually concerned about. Y'all worrying about the way he got there. I'm saying what he do when he got there. Dr. Ben-Jochannan teaches influenced many educational programs and curriculum aimed at African American students. His emphasis on African history as a critical component of education helped inspire and development of Black study programs. Man, goodness gracious, that should jump. That went too far. Went too far. I ain't there yet. Okay. His emphasis on African history as a critical component of education helped inspire and develop Black studies programs in universities across the United States during the late 1960s and 1970s. These programs were integral, y'all gotta look that word up, in fostering a generation of African American scholars and activists who were deeply connected to their African heritage. Sure, you don't think that was important, y'all? I know you don't think it's important now. Because his brothers like him help fostering programs that we don't got to think like that now. Now all we got to do is get into anthropology, get scientific literacy. This was a daggone springboard for us. So we can come to Cornell Africana Studies and Research Center. Y'all know what Cornell is, right? Yeah, Cornell. Y'all want to fight this? Let's fight. Africana Studies and Research Center at Cornell University. Where is it at? Cornell University. It's an academic unit devoted to the study of global migrations and reconstruction of African peoples, as well as patterns of lineages to the African continent. And among these people of the diaspora, the Africana Studies program offer around 23 graduate and undergraduate courses in each semester. Africana offers an undergraduate major for students in the Cornell University College of Arts and Sciences, as well as a PhD through Cornell University Graduate School. The John Henry Clark Africana Library, y'all know who John Henry Clark is. I ain't got to say it. Y'all don't listen to this man. I know y'all don't. Y'all don't listen to John Henry Clark. No, you don't. Africana Library located, look, at the center. It say the focuses on social, economic, and political dimensions of history and cultures of peoples of African descent. It has more than 17,000 volumes. The history of it, give you the history of it, right? We see the academic rigor here. We see doctorate programs here. We see this. I like to move right here. Notable past and present faculty. Notable past and present faculty. Adjunct professor from 1983 to 1997. I'm going to do this again. 1997, 1983. That man taught for 14 years. While y'all sitting up here worrying about if he had a degree or not, the world around you has moved forward and understands who he was. While y'all stand around and talk crazy, this man was an integral part in promoting Black studies. He is notable in this. So while y'all talking crazy, put your damn name in ChatGPT and see what it come up with. While you playing, while you talking that talk, it's okay, y'all. It's okay, y'all can critique. I'm not saying you gotta be in it. I'm just saying, watch your damn mouths. What he got wrong, he got wrong. It's up for us to make the wrong things right. And for all y'all that like to mispromote Dr. Ben and make it seem like he never made no mistakes and make it seem like he got everything right, knock it off. Y'all on the same side. That's not what we do. As scientifically literate people, we seek literacy in all things that we do. We seek to understand the measure of what's going on around us. And the only way you can do that is fair and impartial critique. If you can't do it, sit out the game. If you sitting there right now saying, Dr. Ben ain't never got nothing wrong, you ain't heard what I just said. What I said was, we will critique his work fairly and impartially. When he got it wrong, we will fix those mistakes and move forward in the next generations, because that's what he did. We stand on his shoulders, like I've been saying. How many of y'all can teach at Cornell University without a damn degree for 14 years and not mess it up? Oh, is that Dr. Ben? It sure is. That's him. That's with all the bad stuff. Look, the atheism. Yeah, that's why they really don't like these atheists. Yeah, that's where I get my atheism from. Let's see. Hold on. Accusations and teaching, pseudo history, all that is in there. It's all there. Go read it. Go read everything about this man and know who he is. What else? Everybody like to get on this academic thing. Hold on. Yeah, according to the, let me see his obituary, Dr. Ben began his educational teaching in Harlem, 1967. Harlem Youth Opportunities Unlimited. So at least he working with the babies, y'all. He worked as an adjunct professor from 1973 to 1987 at Cornell University. I think they added, did they get that day wrong? Right, got that day wrong. In the Africana Studies and Research Center, then directed by James Turner. Dr. Ben also taught at the institution, including Rutgers University. It says in 1977, he accepted an honorary faculty position at the Israelite Rabbinical Academy at Beth Shalom Hebrew Congregation in Brooklyn. Of course, he did his tours taking people back and forth to Africa. So I'm just trying to figure out why the hate? Why not just participate in making sure that this generation don't get misinformation that Dr. Ben and the rest of the scholars may have promoted? And give them fair critique. When they got it wrong, so they were slap crazy wrong. When they got it right, they were spot on. That's how you do that. Not unless they were just straight pseudo. We ain't promoting no pseudos. We're not promoting straight pseudo scientists that just blatantly make up shit. I mean, we read that. So yeah, so if y'all sitting there, ain't wrote a half a book or a pamphlet and up on YouTube talking crazy, he's notable. He's definitely notable, whether you like him or not, in Africana studies research. We see that. And ChatGPT talks about that. Talks about his educational impact. Right? Cultural reclamation. His work contributed to the broader cultural movement of the 1960s and 70s that sought to reclaim and celebrate African culture. See, y'all don't like African culture no more, huh? I love African culture. So much so that I'm a proud African American because I understand my heritage. And I understand that we definitely the first nerds on planet Earth. Early Homo sapien sapien nerds resided in Africa proper. Earliest technology that would bring the springboard for where we are today. Remember, the universe is under no obligation to give us anything. Nature is under no obligation for us to understand her. But those early African ancestors push forward in understanding nature, and it's clear in the record. His work contributed to the broader cultural movement in the 1960s and 70s that sought to reclaim and celebrate African culture. Black arts movements, for example, drew on themes of African identity and pride that Dr. Ben and other Afrocentric scholars promoted. This cultural reclamation was a key element of the civil rights movement. So y'all actually not even understanding key elements in the civil rights movement because y'all ain't never read about the civil rights movement. And I ain't talking about my intelligent audience. My intelligent audience, you know what I'm saying? They enjoy reading. They enjoy listening to audiobooks. They enjoy taking extra classes on the side. And they enjoy making fair critiques. This cultural reclamation was a key element in the civil rights movement as it provided the symbolic and cultural foundation for demands for political and social change, man. Come on, man. We remember we talked about Darwin and how Dr. Ben had Darwin in his work. Yo, wow, man. Because Darwin was the first person that said that we came from Africa. Pan-Africanism, that self-explanatory, lasting influence. I ain't got to read all that. Okay. We know what his struggle was. In Africa, mother of Western civilizations, does Dr. Ben talk about Charles Darwin? Yes. This is interesting. Now, this is a good read right here. Man, we got 54,000 people in the building. Right? You know I'm going to drop that link. So, this is important right here. This when I jump in the fray. This would inspire me. Right? This put me on a path. There's a difference between Phil Valentine, Bobby Hempman, them dudes. They pseudo scientific. Lord knows I put their name in it. I never stood in their shoulders, yo. You know, I stood in the shoulders of John Jackson and them, yo. If I put John Jackson working at the same type of thing, it's gonna pop up, y'all. But this is deep right here, and I told y'all. Yes, Dr. Ben discusses Charles Darwin in Africa, mother of Western civilization, in his work. Dr. Ben-Jochannan critiques Darwin's theory of evolution, particularly its interpretations and applications in the context of African history and the broader narrative of human origins. Here we go. Key points regarding Darwin in the book. Critique of Eurocentrism. Dr. Ben's critiques how Darwin's theory of evolution has been used to support Eurocentric and racist ideology. He argues that Darwin's ideas were often misinterpreted or misused to justify notions of European superiority and African inferiority. Can I read this again for y'all? Tell me that ain't valuable right now. Dr. Ben critiques how Darwin's theory of evolution has been used to support Eurocentric and racist ideology. He argues that Darwin's ideas often misinterpreted or misused to justify notions of European superiority and African inferiority. This is particularly evident in the way some proponents of social Darwinism apply Darwin's concepts to human societies, reinforcing racial hierarchies. If y'all read Dr. Ben's book, we talking about the pseudos now. Y'all wouldn't be making them wild accusations that you make about Darwin, African origin of humanity. While Darwin's work on the origin of species and later developments of evolutionary theory pointed to Africa as the cradle of humanity, Dr. Ben emphasizes that long before Darwin, African cultures understood and taught centrality of Africa in human origin. Well, I don't know about all that. I don't even know they knew they was on Africa. We hit the brakes right there. I'm gonna get out the car on that one. But anyway, let's keep moving. This is the point right here. I mentioned the name Morris Wilson, didn't I? Man, how y'all feeling today, man? We moving real smooth. We getting some good education. Yes, we is. I don't know. There's no center in Africa, bro. Yeah. I see you getting petty. Getting petty with the man. We'll use our mind and think through that, won't we? Yes, we shall. What? Dr. Solar Vision. You Solar Vision? Get out of here. Solar Vision, boy. There you go. Dr. Ben was right. But he just didn't know that Darwin was the face of the movement. What? What the hell that mean? Big up the Solar Vision, though. Who the hell is Morris Wilson, y'all? Y'all about to find out. Dr. Ben-Jochannan does discuss Morris Wilson and the topic of reconstructions in relation to skin color and phenotype in his work. In particular, Dr. Ben-Jochannan often critiques the way historical and anthropological reconstructions have been conducted, particularly when it comes to African figures. Let me move to another page. Here we go. Now we're starting to cook with the hot damn grease. Here we go. Move this to here. Morris Wilson, was his reconstructions correct or out of their African context and skin color and phenotype? Morris Wilson reconstruction. You don't even know who Morris Wilson is. Reconstructions of ancient African figures have been a subject of debate, particularly regarding their accuracy in depicting skin color and phenotype. Critics argue that his reconstruction sometimes lean towards the more Europeanized or Mediterranean appearances, which can be seen as misrepresenting the original context of these figures. This has raised concerns that his work may reflect biases that do not accurately portray the diversity of African phenotypes. That's right. Supporters of Wilson's work might argue that his reconstructions are based on the combination of available archaeological evidence, forensic techniques, and artistic interpretations. However, the controversy largely revolves around whether these interpretations remain faithful to the likely appearance of historical African population or whether they impose modern or Eurocentric ideas onto the ancient figures. And this is what Dr. Ben was talking about back in 1980s. And now it's 2024 and ChatGPT is bringing us all to light. For those of you who've been around me, you know I've had this discussion and they threw fucking tomatoes at me. And y'all who know who threw the damn tomatoes at me know what the hell it is. You got to stop. I'm live on the air, bro. Let me get off here. I'm live. You want to tap in, tap in. I'm live. All right. In summary, whether Wilson's reconstructions are correct or out of context depends on largely of one's perspective regarding interpretations of African history and representations of African people. Critics assert that his work may not fully reflect the diversity and true appearance of African populations, especially regarding skin color and phenotypes. Why is Wilson so important? Because Dr. Ben talked about the man, and y'all ain't know who the hell that man was. I ain't know who the hell Wilson was. Huh. But Dr. Ben talked about him, right? That's the point. Dr. Ben critiques the reconstructions done by Morse and others that have depicted ancient African figures, including Egyptians, in ways that downplay their African features. He argues that many of these reconstructions have been influenced by Eurocentric biases, resulting in depictions that do not accurately reflect the true skin color and phenotype of these historical figures. Out of African context, according to Dr. Ben, many reconstructions of the ancient Egyptians and other Africans have been out of their African context in terms of skin color and physical features. He asserts that these reconstructions often depict African figures with lighter skin tones and features that align more with European and Middle Eastern standards rather than reflecting their true African origins. Importance of accurate representation. Dr. Ben-Jochannan emphasizes on the importance of accurately presenting African historical figures, both in terms of their physical appearances and their cultural context. He argues that these misrepresentations contribute to the ensure of Africa's central role in the development of civilizations and perpetuate and distorted view of history. Conclusion, though. Dr. Ben's discussion about Morris Wilson and the reconstruction of African figures reflect a broader critique of Afrocentric distortions in the history of anthropology. He argues that these reconstructions have often been incorrect and misleading, in particular in their portrayal of skin color and phenotype, and calls for a more accurate and Afrocentric approach to understanding African historical legacy. Morris Wilson, my man. Most y'all don't know who the hell Morris Wilson is. Who the hell is I'm talking about? Morris Wilson. This point, y'all like, wow, really? Yeah, really? Yeah, we gotta go all the way down. We gotta get to the nitty-gritty, man. Because we don't get into the nitty-gritty, man. We be out there in the middle of nowhere trying to figure this thing out. I'm just trying to tell y'all, man, it's all here for us. Man, big up to these AI tools, man, that allow us to get real minute. Allow us to get real minute in our details, man. Yep. Let me see. Oh, shoot. Let me see. See if we can find something for y'all. That's on page 50, Morris Brown. I'm sure if y'all can see that. Yeah, Morris Wilson, Chicago History Museum, bottom. An attempt to paint. Let me see, both by Morris Wilson. All right. Let me show y'all real quick. It's on page 50. I know y'all probably can't see that. All right. Right here. This book. Morris Wilson. This is some of his reconstructions. See? All right. All right. So in his book, he was simply saying, he says, note the racist attempt to make the African fossil man appear to be Caucasian or Semitic in origin. Why was Zinthopithecus boise not shown with his so-called Negroid characteristics and generally attributed to the so-called Bantu, Negro, or African south of the Sahara of Africa? That was his argument. And the acknowledgement is in the British Museum. These depictions were in the anthropological department in the British Museum. See? See that? In the British Museum. Oh, y'all think I'm making it up? I want to show y'all this. I want y'all to see some of Morris's drawings. Think it's important? The mosaic. Hold on. Here goes some of the drawings. They selling these paintings. Homo habilis in action. This is some of Morris's drawings. Here you go. Morris Wilson. Illustrated by Morris Wilson. This is Homo habilis in the middle of Africa. Make it a little bit bigger for y'all. This is what they was doing early in the game, and this is what Dr. Ben was addressing in his work. Makes sense to address this. These are some of the other drawings by Wilson. Right in the middle of Africa. Pathecopithecus left and Homo erectus right. Definitely got him looking like a European in the middle of Africa. Amazing. Such is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. Homo habiligensis. Homo habiligenesis. Broken Hill or Rhodesia man. That's in Africa. Rhodesia. That's in Africa. Look. There you go. There you have it. Now, where can we actually find some of these drawings at? Hold on. I just want y'all to Homo Neanderthal. Hell, Homo Neanderthal wasn't even this light in those time periods. Because y'all know certain genes wasn't even expressed yet. All right. Got that wrong. Homo habilis, right in Africa. Okay. And notice it's not a scientific site. This is where some of his artwork is being sold at. Okay. Y'all want to buy it. Whatever y'all think y'all want to do, but I'm making a greater point here. All right. Trying to make a point here and show y'all where we at. Now let me find some of his work. Like to find some of his work. All right, we come right here to Natural History Museum. All right. Broken Hill skull, considered one of the best preserved Homo fossils found in Africa. Right? Broken Hill. Remember, I just read about Broken Hill. All right. Now look. Now, this is integrated discussion since 1970. All right. The Ghanaian government has expressed a desire for Broken Hill skull to be returned to its country of origin. Don't they supposed to get that back? It say in 2018, the fossil was discussed at the UNESCO, okay, Intergovernmental Committee for Promoting the Return of Cultural Properties to its countries of origin, or its resituation in cases of illicit appropriations. It says the outcome of the UNESCO discussion was agreement with Zambia and the UK would pursue, okay, they trying to pursue getting their fossils back. Bilateral discussions, says museum spokesman. The museum looks forward and its committee to constructive participation in his dialogue and has made approaches to Zambia authorities to agree the initial agenda and progresses for his discussion. Right. I only like look in the middle of Zimbabwe. This is how I got this man looking. It's there, man, and it's still there, and we will continue to fight. We will continue to fight to make sure that our kids, when they go to museums, they see accurate representations. This is absolutely important. We come to the Natural History Museum again. All right. Homo erectus of ancient ancestors. Homo erectus. So here you go. Y'all know what this picture is, right? Of course. Wilson. Illustration by Morris Wilson showing Homo erectus using fire and preparing tools. But is that really how Homo erectus would look like? Of course not in the middle of Africa. In a cave. I always told you that the ancient Africans was definitely the first cavemen. So we still working to get it right. So I talked about Mr. Morris. Dr. Ben talked about it. You would have been ahead of the curve like me if you would have taken the time. But I'm not expecting people to read Dr. Ben's books, right? I'm expecting them to read it. Maybe if you're going to read his books, read it with a textbook beside it. Do that. Just like I said, you're going to read the Bible, read it with a damn map beside it, right? All right, so we got Black Genesis out of the way. We got Adam's Count out the way. Now I would like to bring you to this. Right? Kenneth and Kenneth. I put the website in there. I'm going to put the website in there again. As we try hard to get towards accuracy, historical accuracy. All right? Neanderthal. Homo erectus. Remember Wilson's depiction of what Homo erectus looked like? This is Homo erectus. All right. So remember, I talked about Kenneth and Kenneth. They're actually trying to depict accurately what these ancient Africans would have looked like. No, this is not Homo sapiens sapiens. This is Homo erectus, and I showed you what Morris's depiction of Homo erectus was. And this was the fight that Dr. Ben was fighting over. Way back in the 80s, ladies and gentlemen. Way back in the 80s. way back in the 80s. Very interesting how he was actually ahead of his time. Here you go. Homo erectus. The right. Now, this is where they at now. Let's see where they at now, though. We see where they at back then. So put this right beside it. Let's see. I'm going to get this right beside it so y'all can kind of get a great depiction of it. All right, let me get back to Homo erectus. Shoot. All right, hold on. That ain't Homo erectus. All right. 1 second. Damn. Make it side by side so y'all can kind of get a good one here. Hold on. Let me put it right beside so I can work it. 1 second. Let me get the overview. All right, let me get the Homo erectus. Move on forensics. Jabal Hood. Where the hell is that damn Homo erectus at? Well, this is Jabal Hood right here. Homo Gascar, Toucan boy, Takana boy. All right. Go back to the overview. So I can get to Homo. Here you go. So that's Homo erectus. Let me put this beside it. Damn it. Man. 1 second. I'm all over the damn place. Shoot. One second. All right. Homo erectus back then. Okay. Back in the 60s, 30s, back in the 60s, 50s. Homo erectus today. See the difference? See? This is important. That we will use the tools of forensics, modern science, to depict accurately human history. This is vital. But yet they threw tomatoes they threw tomatoes at Dr. Ben, they threw tomatoes at me, when all the man was trying to express is where they at today. So he was definitely ahead of his time with that. Definitely ahead of his time. Definitely ahead of his time. So there's a lot of reconstructions right here, okay, for the overall audience. All right, a lot of Homo neanderthalis. This is actually a technique they use to reconstruct it, muscle phase reconstruction of the Neanderthal. Neanderthal, father and child. Kenneth and Kenneth. All right, skeleton of an 8-year-old Neanderthal. Neolithic woman, Germany. Pictures worth 1,000 words, man. Look at the beauty and all the different ranges of skin tones and skin colors. No Neanderthal. Mm-hmm. Just want y'all to take a look at some of the tools, man, that I'm looking at, man. Cheddar Man. Y'all heard of Cheddar Man, of course. Put it in your search engine. Cheddar Man. Cheddar Man. Cheddar Man. Said to be some of the first Europeans. Blue eyes. Cheddar Man. Mm-hmm. Keep moving. Australopithecus africanus. Lucy, Degnesh, from a hard word, marvelous. Catching that special treat today. Great, drop the link. Homo florensis. Homo sapien, Jabal Hood, and Homo florensis. That's that 350,000-year-old Homo sapien right there. See if we can find him by itself. Jabal Hood, let's see. Found him by itself. Y'all already seen Homo Gastar, Jabal Hood. There you go. The Homo sapien at Jabal al Hood. Look at the hair texture. Staring right back at you. It's Black African power, ain't it? Of course, that's Homo florensis. Look how small Homo florensis was. There you go. Great job. The link, man. Anybody want to join us today? All right. Conversation. Y'all see this book right here. We of course we got this book right here. And then Ethiopia, Madagascar, Homo habilis, Homo Neanderthal. And of course, that book right there, Evolution of Human Story. We got this right here. All right. So, when you listen to people, man, make sure they got some kind of text, man, that they dealing with, bro. Don't let them just start throwing anything up, man. Don't let them just start talking crazy, man. Don't let them do it to y'all, man. They can try and fake y'all out, man, and yeah, don't go for it, man. All right. Y'all crazy in that chat, man. Let me let y'all, man. We drop this link, man. Anybody want to dive in, man? Real quick, get something in here, man, for y'all go. Anybody can jump up on the joint. If y'all ain't got nothing else to do, if y'all just listening on y'all phones, man. I appreciate everybody coming through, man. It's been a great show. If anybody want to jump on, we can have a little conversation, man. Don't come up here with the foolery, man. Stay active in what you do, man. My man, and I might as well finish swinging on Chief X. This is easy work. You somebody come up here. Save them. Y'all gotta save them. Let's see. No other people claim. This is a fake claim. No other people claim, huh?
In literature. In literature, in education, and in academia, don't know Russians, don't know people from English, the British Isles, Spanish people, French people, German people, don't none of them people claim to be ancient Egyptians ever, and they've never said that or wrote that ever in their life. That's real talk.
Is it?
What some Afrocentric claim in Hollywood and make-believe means nothing. Elizabeth Taylor played an Egyptian Cleopatra or some bullshit. Guess what? Elizabeth Taylor can pass as an Egyptian.
Yeah, I heard that. Yo, hit us with
Jabba Ranks can't.
Yo, hit us with the Elizabeth Taylor is an Egyptian. Can pass as an Egyptian. My man. Let's see what ChatGPT got to say about that. While we at it, might as well, right? We ain't got nothing else better to do, right? Let's see. So we come here to what group of people claim to be Egyptians around the world? I'm trying to tell you a lot of people do it. So you got various groups around the world claim Egyptian heritage or identity with ancient Egypt for cultural, religious, and national reasons. Here's some of the proponent groups. The Coptic Christians. Okay, the Coptic Orthodox Church in Egypt traces their origin to early Christianity in Egypt and considers itself direct spiritual descendants of the ancient Egyptians. The Copts often emphasize the connection of the pharaonic past as part of their identity. Modern Egyptians, okay, the modern Egyptians today, both Muslim and Christian, identify with the ancient Egyptian civilization as part of their national heritage. This connection is often expressed in cultural pride, tourism, and education. Afrocentrists. Some Afrocentrist scholars and groups in African diaspora, particularly in the United States, Caribbean, claim that the ancient Egyptians were Black Africans and emphasize Egypt's role as foundational African civilization. This perspective is part of a broader movement to reclaim African history and identity. Rastafarians. Some Rastafarians beliefs include reverence for the ancient Egyptian culture, viewing it as precursor to their own spiritual practices and symbol of African greatness. Kemetic spiritualists, y'all know who they are. I don't have to say the names. Various modern spiritual movements, particularly in the United States and in the UK. And that's not just Black people, y'all. Identify the ancient Egyptian religion, often referred to as Kemeticism. We talked about this. These groups revive and adapt ancient Egyptian religious practices and symbols. Nubians. The Nubians, an ethnic group primarily located in southern Egypt and northern Sudan, also claim heritage linked to ancient Egypt, particularly in the Kingdom of Kush, which had significant interaction with the ancient Egyptian. Western occultists. You know, like Russia. You know, like Madame Blavatsky, a Russian. Certain Western esoteric occult traditions, such as Theocracy, the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, Freemasonry, incorporate elements of ancient Egyptian symbolism mythology into their practices, claiming spiritual and mystical connection to ancient Egypt. Hebrew Israelites. Some groups within the Hebrew Israelite movement claim that the ancient Egyptians were originally Africans and that they were enslaved in Egypt, drawing a connection between themselves and ancient Egyptians. Modern pagans and New Age movements. Do we have to show what the New Age movements look like? We can, can't we? I think we shall do that. Some modern pagans and New Age practitioners incorporate Egyptian deities and symbols into their rituals, claiming spiritual connections to the ancient Egyptian practices. These groups, although diverse, share a common interest in ancient Egyptian cultures and often seek to connect their own identities with rich history of Egypt. So while we got some nincompoop, dive up on YouTube, New Age, Homo ignoramus. Why does Homo ignoramus dive up on YouTube and don't know this? The New Age movement, yes. New Age movement is a range of spiritual religious practices and beliefs which readily grew in Western society. So the conscious community is steeply grounded in the New Age movement. Come on, man. Look, they all claim an Egyptian heritage, ladies and gentlemen. All of it. Look, all of it. In front of your face. That's her, the occultist, Theocratic Society, Madame Blavatsky. And born where? Born in Russia. Yeah, we heard somebody say something. Crazy to me, bro. Yeah. Anyway, man, look. Chakras. We see the chakras. New Age. Yeah, we see it. We see all of it. Oh, we see it. Pilgrimages. We see it. Isis. Look, Isis. Ancient Egyptian goddess located in St. Albans, Southern England. Look. Yeah, y'all gonna stop banging on African Americans, yo, like we just out there by our damn selves and ain't got no damn sense, man. Y'all tripping, man. Y'all let people sit back and disrespect y'all like that. Y'all tripping, yo. New Age author, Miss Williamson. Whatever, man. Yeah, yo, I've been hearing this for too long, yo. Yeah, that's the New Age. That's what the foundation of the conscious community is based in New Age movement thought. Simple as that. As a form of Western esotericism. You couldn't make this up. New Age drew heavily upon esoteric traditions such as the occultism of the 18th and 19th centuries, including the work of Emanuel Swedenborg. Come on, man. UFO religions, all that. We hear about all that, don't we? In the conscious community, don't we? Come on, yo. Crazy. So I'm just saying, bro, like, I don't know why they come for me, yo. I ain't the one to come for, yo. I'm going to stay right there. Don't come for me. Yeah, they ain't come for me. I ain't the one to come for. Go figure somebody else to mess with you. I've been doing this for a minute these days. Yeah, a minute these days. Been through all this. Russian lady. That's a lot. Most people outside of here follow this lady right here. That's the young pharaohs and everybody, the Bobby Hemmings, the Phil Van, all them. This who they follow. Right here, this lady. Straight racist. That's why you can't make this up. But Rousey was involved in the spiritualist movement. Spiritual phenomenon. She argued against the mainstream spiritualist idea. Man, come on, man. Whatever, man. 1875, Borowski co-founded Theoretical Society. Here you go. Look at the symbol. Well, they got the Ankh inside the Star David. They got the sign right there. They got everything in there. There's no religion higher than truth. It's all right here, y'all. This is the basis of the conscious community. Miss Helen. That's crazy, yo. Wow. Yeah, bro. Hindu. Y'all using all the Hindu stuff? Yeah, it's coming out of all that. Theocratus in India. All that stuff, the chakras and all that. There you go. We trace it. Here you go. Blavatsky standing behind. Come on, man. Where's she right there in the middle. This is what y'all following, yo. Bombay. Blue Scott. Who the hell is that? Middle seated. Damodar. Yeah. This what y'all doing. Yeah, that's why we ain't with all this. That's why we ain't playing all this. Y'all talking about fighting against colonialism and oppression. Y'all oppress yourselves with the foolery. Yeah, talking about, come on, man. Stop it. And it's definitely racist. Y'all, we can't make this up, y'all. And it's definitely racist. Yeah, but yet it's crazy how the conscious community is founded on racism, ain't it? Crazy. Anyway, anybody want to join the conversation, y'all can join in here, man. Crazy to me, bro. I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know why y'all do it. I don't know. Don't hate me, hate the game. The game made me. Y'all sitting around, and when I say y'all, I mean people that's outside of the sphere of scientific literacy. I don't know. Got a lot of people outside the sphere of scientific literacy, boy. I tell you that right now, yo. But anyway, yeah, the conscious community. New thought. Age of this is the age of Aquarius. Yeah, y'all doing all that. Back in the 60s with the mushrooms and the marijuana. It was the mushrooms and the marijuana, yo. There you go. Russian foot. Look. And people in Russia ain't doing that. Ain't right at yeah, I know. Because you ain't did no studying. Most people ain't even studying this hard to even see of what they're saying if it's accurate or correct. Right here, yo. ISIS Unveiled, Secret Doctrine. Y'all done read this book. Let's see. You got, hey, look, you better get out of here. Enough of that. Let's see here. There you go. Russian philosophy, region. Russian philosophy. School, theocracy. All of them Russia. Doing all that. There you go. So yeah, so no stop just diving on masters of ancient wisdom. Y'all ever heard the descendant masters, all in the Nation of Islam and the elders and all that? Yeah, they all of them draw from that, yo. And tricking y'all with it. Yeah, Nation of Islam in that too. They all playing a game. There you go. There we have it. All for y'all. For y'all is only those who decide to tune in. Y'all see what it is. Man, why drop the link, man? Probably covered everything. I ain't forgetting the white women. Well, man, I hope y'all enjoying y'all holidays, man. Touch that cash app going out the door, man. Man, it was gracious. So, man, we appreciate everybody that came through today. Great show. Appreciate let me put this up there. Appreciate you spending barrel, man. Appreciate the donation, bro. That's love right there, yo. So yeah, man, been a healthy show today. All right. A lot of information right at 2 hours and 40 minutes. Show some love to Cash App, man. I appreciate the donations that came in, man. And I just appreciate the show. All right. And stay tuned in, man. Hopefully we can do our Sunday show later on Monday. Let me see if the bros got their information together, man. We don't want to jump up here loose. All right. We'll make sure we right where we need to be at. And man, I appreciate everybody, man. I'll drop the link one more time in case y'all want to get in. If not, man, we can get up out of here, man. We appreciate it. See if I can dive on somebody's YouTube channel and beat them up. There's a guy I'm hunting him. So when they went in there, I see. Oh shoot, he got Captain Zariak on that right now. 3 people wait. Oh yeah, I got. Definitely get up in there. But all right, y'all, man. I appreciate you, man. All right. Appreciate y'all coming through, man. Y'all know what it is, man. That Cash App, show some love, man. And we're going to keep it moving, man. Man, big up to the pseudo killers, man. To the family, man. Big up to the community skeptics, man. That knowledge and wisdom, yo. All right. Man, y'all here, man. Enjoy the rest of y'all day off, your holiday, man. Big up to the pseudo killers.
That shit broke my heart, but it fixed my bitch. Gotta train your mind to be stronger than your feelings. You gotta go hard from the start to the finish. It be damaged people trying to ruin your end. Think I'm worried about you, do you must
Big up to the server, pseudo killer server.
That's just life. It's all about how you shake back and get right. Always gonna make sure I'm making.
Big up to all the love, man, and all the support, man. Big up to Dr. Oyama Yacht. Brother Zoom, man. Big up to you, Miss Bennett. Big up to you, Black Panther, man. Emerson's World, man. Big up to you. Contrarian Thinker, man. Big up to all the thinkers, man. Big up to Raw Squad Media, man. I'm Raw Squad 5.0, man. Big up to community skeptics. Y'all know what it is, man. We keeping it bright over here, man. Keeping it litty. On purpose, because we can. All every day. Brand that holds weight around here, man. Pseudo Kill Official, man. High altitude bombers bomb you out with real authentic information. Community skeptics, man. We're skeptical. What human beings have to tell us. All day, every day. Hey. Don't forget. Did I see you? You listen to your host, Bobby Banger, aka Brother Unk, God Killer. Enjoy your holidays, man. Appreciate all support. We continue to move forward. And with that, we out.